Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Brass Ass Podcast, folks. I'm your host, Suitcase Ace. Hey, look, I got a good topic here for you today, and this topic comes up almost every single year, right? And that is how to deal with not getting enough ice time. Well, the reality is, folks, is that that most players at some point in their hockey career are going to feel this way. So look at the truth is that most players, when faced with this situation, start down the path of playing the pity game. The coach doesn't like me. The coach doesn't know what he's doing. The coach is unfair. If we were being honest with ourselves, folks, we've all had those thoughts. So if you catch yourself, going down this path, right? What should you do? Is a huge question, right? Stop trying to, let's say, analyze what's going on in your coach's head, right? And second guessing every decision that your coach makes. Now, look at that doesn't mean that you're going to like and agree or even understand everything that your coach does, right? But it simply means that you shouldn't be distracting yourself and wasting your energy on things that you don't have direct control over, is what I'm trying to tell you. As a player, I want to ask you a question. How is your attitude? It's important. Like I've said, it's easy to start spiraling down, right? Yeah, the path of negativity, folks, right? But honestly, what's that going? What's it going to get you? Where is it going to get you? It's going to get you nothing. Because you know why? If you bring a bad attitude to the rink, now, do you honestly think now that that's going to help your team? Or do you think bringing a negative attitude to the rink is going to make your coach think, oh, hey, that player has a real bad attitude, so I think I should play him or her a little bit more now, right? Come on. That almost sounds pretty funny when you're listening, right? What I'm trying to say. But think about the last time you were frustrated with a coach, or a situation. How was your attitude? It's a huge question. I'm telling you it is. You know what? Are you willing to work harder now and do extra work to get better? Or are you just simply satisfied, by complaining, just being a complainer about the issue? We all want to think that we're going to go that extra mile to get better, right? Yeah. But the reality is, folks, I got to tell you that most players are not willing to put in that extra mile. No. To put it simply, it's a way easier for some of these players and parents to complain about a situation than actually put your head down, not complain, and work on your game. You know what? If you committed to shooting, let's say, extra pucks every single day, or stick handling for 20 minutes every single day at your house, right? Do you think you would ever be able to go back and regret actually doing the work? No. Have a conversation with your coach. You know what? I know it sounds and it seems hard, right? But if you're truly unhappy with your situation, then you should be willing to have that conversation about it, right? Yeah. With that being said, folks, there are a few guidelines that I want to give any player going into that conversation. First, go in with the right attitude. Because going in saying right off the hop to your coach, I think it's unfair that I don't get more ice time. You know what? It is a lot different than going in and saying to a coach, by saying, hey coach, I feel like I could do more to help this team to be successful. And what are you seeing? And what things can I work on to help contribute more to the team's success. Well, ultimately, folks, those two scenarios, I'm saying the same thing. Yeah, but the option number one, the first one, is focused directly on you, the player, and your needs. Whereas the second option I gave you, is focused on the team's, needs of your, the success of your team, right? Same thing, but two different approaches. Trust me, coaches, they know it's not an easy conversation for players to have, but we all respect the players that are willing to have those conversations. You know what? I'm sure at one point in your hockey career, you're going to be faced with the situation of wanting to get more ice time. It's a huge topic. It can be a tough and frustrating time, right? But hopefully, the advice that I'm sharing today on the Brass Ass Podcast, folks, helps you focus on the right areas and then prevents you from spiraling, right, down the path of negativity, right? So my biggest tip is, and listen very carefully, listen to the coach, and this sounds simple and obvious, but many players, folks, drop the ball with this one. They do. So in order to get more ice time, you have to understand that it's the coach, yes, the coach, who decides whether or not you play. Not your friends, not your parents, or your siblings. Look, let's put it this way. If your coach is telling you to pass the puck, but your parents or your girlfriend or boyfriend is in the audience, and then all of a sudden you think it would be really cool now to start dangling everybody, especially in your own zone, right? And then you try to go for a breakaway, right? Come on. What do you think you should do? If your coach has asked you to pass the puck, pass the damn puck. Do everything I'm telling you can, to make the person that decides your minutes happy with what you're trying to do on the ice. I'm telling you, it's the truth. And beyond this, always appear to be interested at practice and at games and off the ice. I'm telling you, in what the coach is saying. Do you look like you are listening when the coach is talking? Is a question, right? Or do your eyes and mind start wandering around the rink and you're not paying attention to the coach? Look, I know, okay, it's possible to look around and still hear the coach, right? Everything the coach is trying to say, but it's important that you leave no room for error in the mind of the coach, because you need to listen, to the coach. And I'm telling you, through your eyes, the eye contact is huge. The engagement and the attentiveness, folks. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. Body language, the whole works. Because you know why I'm telling you that? Don't give any coach a reason to believe that you're not paying attention. And I'll tell you, I love when players who are willing to learn. And I'm sure most good coaches are in the same boat, right? And that's all starts with being quiet and respectful and attentive while the coaches are speaking. But remember, have that conversation, folks. Players, I'm telling you, if you're out there listening to me, have that conversation with your coach, because no matter how uncomfortable this conversation may seem to you, it's really important to get it out of the way, because the only thing worse is remaining completely in the dark about why you aren't seeing the ice time that you think you deserve. There you have it, folks. The Brass Ass Podcast, folks. You know what? We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok, Instagram, the whole works, Facebook. You know what? I'm your host, Suitcase Ace. You have just listened to the rest of the story.